Hi, welcome to Algebra Examples. Today we're going to talk about a fun problem called the 4-4s problem. And math too often is too much just doing stuff and not just playing around with fun numbers like this. Okay, so 4 is underrepresented a lot of times, underappreciated, poor thing. What we are going to do today is we're going to start off with 4 copies of the number 4. Oops. So we are going to go there. There we go. So we've got 1 copy of 4, 2 copies of 4, 3 copies of 4, 4 copies of 4. And we're going to take some regular operations that we're used to working with, right? So a lot of times we work with addition and subtraction. We have multiplication, we have division, and then I'm going to throw in square roots as two because those will be kind of useful. So I'm just going to write down that this is a square root in case if you can't read my writing. And what we're going to do is we're going to create numbers out of 4 4s and these operations. So let's start off with the number 1. Can we create the number 1 using 4 4s in any of these operations? You don't have to use all of them, whatever works. Now, the number 1 is actually pretty straightforward because it's the number 1. So we're going to have here's one way to do it. Let's say we all recall that a number divided by itself is 1, so we can write this as 44 divided by 44. Beautiful. Now, of course, this isn't the only way to write 1 using 4 4s. If we wanted to be a little bit more creative, we could write this instead as 4 plus 4 over 4 plus 4, which reduces to 8 over 8, which of course is a fancy pants 1. So there's a lot of different things we could do for the number 1 here. For number 2, we might have to be a little bit more creative. And again, there may be more operations for 2. I think the simplest one that I can think of is 4 divided by 4 plus 4 divided by 4. So we got 1 plus 1 is 2. Beautiful. We could be a little bit more clever if we wanted to. Let's try 4 times 4 on the numerator. So that gives us 16. And how do we get to 2 if we start with 16? And I said numerator, so I kind of already blew it. We're dividing by something. 16 divided by 8 will be 2. So let's put 4 plus 4 on the denominator. So there's a different way of writing 2 using 4 4s in some of the operations. Okay, we'll put a dot, dot, dot. All right, what about number 3? 3, we're upping the challenge a little bit because things aren't going to be quite as easy. Here is one way that we can get the number 3. We can start off by using the number 4, and then we can take away 1. So what I mean by this is, let's see, if we have 4 divided by 4, that is 1, but oof, we've only used 3 copies of 4 here so far, haven't we? Okay, so 4 minus 1 is 3. That's good. We need to kind of wedge in another copy of 4 here somewhere. Now, what do you know about the number 1? That's special, so special about it. One of the things that's nice about 1 is you take 1 to any exponent and the answer is going to be still 1. So 1 to the 4th power, and we can lop that on there, is going to be 1. So 4 divided by 4 to the 4th power is just a really super fancy pants way of saying the number 1. And that gives us the number 3. See if you can find a different way of writing number 3 with 4 4s and put it in the chat. I'd love to see what y'all come up with. All right, last one that we're going to do together, 4. And 4s written with 4 4s. It's kind of cute, isn't it? All right, so for 4, we're going to start off. In this case, let's do 4 plus 4. So we got 8. Now we got to get rid of a little bit to get back to where we want. We want to get rid of half of that. And how do we get 4 into half? We kind of chop it in half by taking the square root. Now that's not the only way we can do this, but of course it's a nice way. So minus the square root of 4 minus the square root of 4. So now we've got 4 plus 4 was 8 minus 2 and minus another 2. So there it gives us 4 written with 4 fours and some nice operations there. Okay, so my challenge to you all is to write all the numbers 1 through 12. So that's a whole heck of a lot. Nor we can get all the way up 5 through 12 using 4 fours and the operations that we talked about. We will go through some examples where we can get through 5 through 12 next week. I hope you post some of the solutions that you got, and we can chat about it next week. You all have a great day, and thank you for listening. Please hit subscribe if you want to make sure that you get notified that the next video is coming up to tell you the solutions. Have a great day.